In 2004, 2003 actually, we were just a normal family. We had three daughters. One was, our oldest was graduating, and our middle daughter was sophomore in high school, and Hope was a rising seventh grader. And she developed some knee pain that turned into be the worst nightmare. It was bone cancer. She was diagnosed on June 27th of 2003, and she passed away on January the 4th, 2004, so 191 days. And we fought a terrific battle against this disease, and then nothing seemed to be working. And in November, late November, Make-A-Wish approached us. Hope was interviewed right here at the house. She was to the point where she couldn't walk very well. And she discovered that there were 155 kids ahead of her on the waiting list. And Hope said, my wish is I want to be a movie star. I want to be famous. I want to walk on role on a TV show, but I want to do all this when I'm better. And she said, my wish is to grant all 155 wishes. At the time, a wish cost about $5,500. If you do the math, it's basically the better part of $1 million. And Make-A-Wish at the time was not doing well financially. They literally had to raise money, fund wishes. And so here they were presented with the biggest wish of all that was basically $1 million wish. And it really didn't gain any momentum until Keith Larson picked up the Charlotte Observer article on December the 19th. He started talking about it on his radio show, and it just kind of boomed from there. In the backdrop was the Panthers. They started to win. They got on the roll, went on to the Super Bowl that year. Hope had met Kevin Donnelly in late October. He was a friend of ours, neighbor, and she and Kevin became fast friends. He would come here on his off days and visit with her, and the Panthers got on that roll, went to the Super Bowl, and we had Hope died on January the 4th, which was the night after the Dallas game here that we won, and we continued rolling. And we had a gala a couple weeks later, and Make-A-Wish did, and 1.1 million was raised. And this was, again, people won't realize how, it's $1 million. Well, this was before social media. We didn't have Facebook. We didn't
4
have,
weeks.
Yeah, 4 weeks. We didn't have a huge donor. No offense to the big companies in town like Bank of America or Duke Energy. We didn't have the $500,000 donation. This was people bringing in $1 million, bringing in $100 here and there. One family donated their Disney World trip back to Make-A-Wish. We had a homeless guy come in off the street, and the fellow walked in, and he brought in a little sack of money and said, "This is for the little girl." I've never seen Charlotte come together like that. It's still, it gets me emotional for two reasons. One is obviously what they did for our daughter, but we never have seen Charlotte come together like that. The Panthers were a big part of it, no question, but that couple, 3 weeks.
Well, it's like Pat McCrory, who was the mayor, said it was a perfect storm.
It's a perfect storm, yeah.
It was a perfect storm. Hope's purpose. God says in the Bible that we're all masterpieces. And some masterpieces get finished, and some die before they get finished. But Hope's was finished. Her masterpiece of who she was, carrying her name proudly, showing her faith, and doing what God asked her. After all these years, I know that was her purpose. And I can say she finished it in 12 years.